Imagine a city so famous that its markets were literally overflowing with Roman gold, yet it was so completely forgotten that for 1,000 years, its name just vanished from every map, every story. We're talking about the lost Indian city of Muziris, the vanished port that baffled historians and once sat at the very center of the ancient world. For centuries, Muziris was basically a ghost story for historians, a legend of almost unbelievable wealth. So you gotta wonder, how did it become the center of the world? More importantly, why did it disappear? And how in the world is a modern-day treasure hunt bringing its incredible story back to life? Well, we're going to dive right in and find. All right, let's go back, way back. 2,000 years ago, on the coast of what is now Kerala in India, there was this bustling metropolis. It was so important that the Roman historian Pliny the Elder gave it a name that stuck: the first emporium of India. And emporium is the perfect word for it. Look, this wasn't just some local port. It was a global hub, a true melting pot that connected South India with Persia, the Middle East, North Africa, and of course the undisputed superpower of the day, the Roman Empire. But what was it about this one city that made it so crucial to the most powerful empire on Earth? I mean, why would Roman sailors risk months on treacherous seas just to get here? The answer, and this is wild, comes down to one simple spice: black pepper. To us, it's just something we shake on our food. But to the Romans, it was black gold. Pepper was way more than a seasoning. It was a status symbol, a medicine, a preservative. It was a total obsession. They put it in everything, from their main courses to their wine and even their desserts. The demand was just insane. And that crazy demand came at a staggering cost. The flow of pepper from India to Rome created a massive trade deficit for the empire. We're talking about Rome losing around 500,000 gold coins every single year. That's a gigantic fortune, and a huge chunk of it was flowing straight into the markets of Muziris. So you get this incredible two-way street of commerce. Muziris was sending its natural treasures west, all the pepper, precious stones, ivory, and silk. And what came back east? While Roman ships arrived loaded with gold coins, fine wine, beautiful glassware, and coral. It was truly the great exchange of the ancient world. And it wasn't just the Romans who were impressed. Ancient Tamil poems from the time paint this incredible picture of a decadent, thriving city, a place where the ocean literally roars as ships loaded with gold arrive, only to leave packed with pepper. You can just imagine, life in Muziris must have been pretty sweet. Okay, so if Muziris was the Dubai or the Singapore of its day, this global center of unbelievable wealth, where in the world did it go? How does a city like that just vanish off the face of the earth? Well, its downfall wasn't a single event. It was more like a slow, devastating 1-2 punch that happened over several centuries. It was this fatal combination of an economic crash and then a catastrophic act of nature. So here's what happened. First, its biggest customer, the Roman Empire, basically went broke. Around the 3rd century, Rome plunged into a deep crisis, and suddenly spending a fortune on pepper was not a priority. As that trade dried up, so did the city's wealth. And then, hundreds of years later, nature delivered the final blow. In 1341, a massive flood on the Perrier River is believed to have completely changed the coastline, swallowing the port and wiping Muziris off the map for good. So, for the next 600 years, Muziris was just a ghost, a name whispered in ancient texts, a complete mystery. But then, in our time, the hunt to find it began. That search eventually led archaeologists to this one small, unassuming village called Pattanam. And starting around 2007, what they began digging up there? Well, it was nothing short of incredible. I mean, just look at this stuff. They found Roman wine jars, pottery from West Asia, thousands of glass and stone beads from all over the ancient world. And get this, a super rare Roman seal ring with a sphinx on it, which is linked directly to the Emperor Augustus himself. This wasn't just some small town. This place was an international crossroads. So, with all this amazing evidence, it's case closed, right? Pattanam has to be Muziris. Well, like all great historical mysteries, it's actually a little more complicated than that. Here's the debate in a nutshell. While everyone agrees Pattanam is a major ancient site connected to this trade, the big question is, was it the heart of Muziris? Or was it just one piece of a much larger puzzle, a bigger city that is still buried out there somewhere? The jury is still out on that one. But whether Pattanam is the exact spot or not, one thing has become crystal clear. Even though the physical city vanished, its spirit, its whole identity as a global meeting point, somehow survived. And this, right here, might be the most important takeaway from the whole story. The trade ships didn't just carry goods, they carried people. And with those people came new ideas and different faiths from every corner of the known world. Just stop and think about what that really means. This one small stretch of coastline became a gateway for Judaism, Christianity, and Islam to enter the Indian subcontinent. That spirit of tolerance and people from all over living together, well, it became a defining part of this entire region for centuries to come. And what's really cool is that this ancient cosmopolitan spirit is being celebrated right now. It's been reborn in the Kochi Muziris Biennale, which is India's largest contemporary art festival. It creates this amazing direct line, connecting the mythical past of Muziris to the vibrant global culture of today. It just goes to show, you can bury a city, but its influence can echo for thousands of years. The story of Muziris is just such a powerful reminder that history isn't just something in books, it's a hidden landscape right under our feet waiting to be rediscovered. And if there's one big takeaway, it's that our world has always been deeply interconnected. The echoes of a place like Muziris can still be felt today. So if you find this story as fascinating as I did, do me a favor and hit that like button, subscribe for more, and let me know in the comments what lost city should we uncover next.